Hi, how are ya? It's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we got in a fight with Khan Ratha, and we had to summon him by getting one of the mouthpieces off of one of his Moradine soldiers. And we got the mouthpiece, we blew the horn, and then a bunch of Moradine soldiers came, and eventually Khan Ratha came, and he slayed us a couple of times. Just so you know, he's a level 42 elite. We had a tough time slaying him in cat form, but eventually we got him down. And we delivered the Moradine key back to the Galkus village, to Uthek the Wise. And today, we are going to head to Orgrimmar, but first we need to make a little pit stop in Feralus, because we do have a lot of quests to turn in, a lot of stuff to turn in. Also going to check and see what else we want to do. See where we want to quest next. This also could lead to us going somewhere else and questing. I don't know where, but maybe these quests that we're turning in are continuations of quest chains, which would be interesting. But we have a lot to do in Orgrimmar. I'm going to check the auction house, obviously. Try to sell some stuff. We're going to put some stuff away into the bank as well. Like all this cloth that we don't need. Eventually we'll probably have to turn this stuff into bandages and sell it. Yeah, it's a big day. We got 84 gold. See if we can afford that trinket we've been waiting for. And, yeah, we'll see. It could be an upgrade day. Could get a little bit of an upgrade for flag carrier today. Hoping to get a trinket. We'll see how much XP we get turning in all of these quests. I'm picking up another quest now that I forgot to pick up in Camp Mahache. So we're detouring back to Feralus. There's this troll witch doctor there I need to speak to. But yeah, that was a tough quest yesterday. I thought it was going to be an easy one, but it actually ended up being pretty tough. So I'm happy I waited. But it was a tough quest. Don't mess around with Khan Ratha. I think I died mostly because I wasn't taking it seriously. Like, I wasn't going into bear form. But even in bear form, he did slay me, so. Khan Ratha is a strong elite, guys. Be wary if you ever fight him. I think he's probably one of the strongest elites I've fought, to be honest. We're already in Feralus. Yeah, I was on my warrior today, and I got my Dark Moon Fair buff. Now, if any of you guys don't know what the Dark Moon Fair buff is, every couple of weeks, the Dark Moon Fair either comes to Thunderbluff for Horde, and then a couple weeks later, for a month or so, I don't really know the time intervals, it goes to Stormwind in Elwyn Forest. And this week, or this time around, it's in Stormwind, Elwyn Forest. Dark Moon Fair gives you a buff that increases your damage by 8%, I believe, 10 or 8%. And I always try to get it for my raid because it helps out during the raid as a tank. So if I do more damage, that means I'm pulling more threat, which means I am, you know, just doing. Which means the raid as a whole is doing more damage. It's good. But yeah, here's Witch Doctor Uzuri. I'll get to what I'm talking about later. Incredible power can be found in the spirits of music on the creatures that we battle against. Look inside yourself. Learn the harness of power of your own spirit, and you will be more powerful than you ever imagined. Strange request. Nero Fireblade in Orgrimmar has what I need to get started here. He has mixed up a concoction that I need for my, well, you'll see. Off with you now to Orgrimmar. Here, take this with you. It's a shrunken head that I promised Nero in exchange for the herbs. It's the head of some poor dwarf I ventured across in the forest. I'm sure Nero will be pleased. You'll find Nero in the cleft of shadow. What a poor dwarf. So we got a dwarf's head. Look at him. I guess we got to bring that to Orgrimmar as well. But yeah, that's why I wanted to stop by here. So I could have another quest to turn in Orgrimmar. But here we go. We're going back on the flight path here. We're going to fly to Orgrimmar.
How may I aid you?
And then I'll get back to this chat about the Dark Moon Fair buff. So yeah, you get, I believe, 8% damage increase, maybe 10. And it's a great buff to have. If you're a raider in Classic WoW, you really want to get it. So I went there a couple days ago, and it's really hard to, another thing is it's really hard to get the buff when it is near the opposing faction's city. So right now it's the Alliance Dark Moon Fair, which means if you want to be a Horde player and get that, you can get that buff, you need to go in with pretty much a raid and fight your way to it to get the buff. So I was with a raid of guys and we got the buff, and it was great. I was high hopes, got the buff, really happy. And then I went down to Booty Bay after, and I waited there for a little bit, and I got the Zandalar buff, which gets dropped when some player drops the head of a car, which you get from the Dungeon Zog Garub. And so I was pretty happy about that. And then I came down to Fairless, and I went to go get my DM North buffs, Dire Maul North, which gives you 3 buffs. You go into the Dire Maul North dungeon, and if you reach the end of it, you can get it. I don't know what to call it, but you get exalted with the ogres inside the dungeon. They respect you after you like slay the king. You become the king of the dungeon, and when you become the king, if you skip certain bosses, they'll give you buffs. So hunters do this, and they sell the runs for 5 gold. And I went in there, and the hunter didn't fully clear the Dire Maul North, and I died, and I lost my 2 buffs. It was terrible. I lost my Dark Moon Fair buff that I worked hard to get. Well, I wouldn't say worked hard. We kind of just ran in and got it. But it sucks to lose buffs in this game, guys. So now, if I want to get Dark Moon Fair again, I have to be online for 4 hours on my warrior before I can go back to the Dark Moon Fair and get the buff again. But the good thing is tomorrow is our raid night, and I think one of the things we are going to do is raid the Dark Moon Fair and try to get everybody the Dark Moon Fair buff, so we have that buff for Wednesday night's raid when we do Molten Core and Blackwing Lair. But the problem is I got to be on for 4 hours. I think I've been on for an hour now, so I need to be on for another 3 hours on my warrior. I don't know if I'll just AFK or farm elemental earths on him, and then I'll just try to get it tomorrow. I just got to drain 3 hours. But yeah, guys, losing buff sucks. It's a part of Classic WoW. It's a shame that we have to get them every week, but it's just something we mandatory do. Our guild only tells people they only need 2 buffs. The main buff you need is the Onyxia head drop buff, which drops in Orgrimmar, and then another buff of your choice. So it can be any other buff. So we're not that strict. But since I'm the main tank, I try to get every buff. Because if I get more buffs I get, and the longer I stay alive in a raid, the smoother and the faster the raid goes. Eventually I'll probably do a video of Blackwing Lair. Maybe an update of how we do Molten Core now. Because it's a lot different than the Molten Core that I posted earlier. Yeah, Classic WoW is a fun game. It's a fun game. It's just the buffs. The buffs are tough. It can be a toxic game though too, because people dispel your buffs. There's priests that sit around and just in main cities and they dispel your buffs, and it's just buffs, guys. The buffs are what make the game a headache. But it's a love-hate relationship for me. Like, I enjoy the grind of getting them and trying to keep them. Feels good when you get into a raid with full buffs. But it's a pain to get, especially when Darkmoon Fair's up, and especially when the Darkmoon Fair is in Elwyn Forest or the opposing faction's town, because there's always some guys there camping it, trying to slay Horde who try to sneak it. And then say you get it, like you just try to sneak it, you get it, and then some mage comes out of nowhere, polys you, takes you out, then you're on a 4-hour timer to get it again. And this Darkmoon Fair only lasts a month. No, it only lasts a week. You can only get it for a week, and then it disappears. And then I think a month from now, it'll probably be back in Thunderbluff. And the Darkmoon Fair is like usually right here. It's never like in the main city. It's always like outside the main city. Like in Elwyn Forest. Have I been to Elwyn Forest yet on this character? I don't think I have. But yeah, in Elwyn Forest, it's near Goldshire Inn. If you guys know what that is. That's where the Darkmoon Fair usually is. It's a nice location for the fair, for the Alliance. But yeah, getting buffs, I probably sound like a broken record, but yeah, getting buffs is a pain. We're in Orgrimmar, guys. That was just my little rant about getting buffs in as a raider in Classic WoW. Hopefully I didn't rant too much about it. But we have four quests to turn in here. We have a Grim Discovery, a Stranger Quest, the Gorduni Orb, and the Zoocash Report. I think we will, I think we'll turn those in first. And then we'll go to the auction house. I think that sounds good. So let's check these out. Supposedly this guy got to deliver the report to Zilzamin Drumlord. He resides in the Drag of Orgrimmar. Oh, this is the Drag of Orgrimmar. The Drag is kind of like the... I guess I don't know what it's kind of like the poor section of Orgrimmar. That's why they call it the Drag. So there's Ulthelne. Let's see what quest this is for.
What be on your mind?
The Gorduni Orb. Greetings, Druid. I pity your kind, for the secrets of true magic are beyond you. Wow. What a cocky mage. What have you brought me, Torrin? Brought him the Gorduni Orb. Fascinating, flag carrier. This orb is very powerful, but also very dangerous. And that's all he had to tell us.
Spirits be with you.
No respect for the druids. Druids and the mages do not get along. Thing is, can mages shapeshift? Nope. Can't shapeshift. But they can ice block. And they can turn people into sheeps. So there we go. We turned in the Gorduni Orb. 2100 XP for that. So let's go for go for the next one here. Belgrim Rockmall. He hangs out in Orgrimmar. They don't really tell you where he is. Nero Fireblade. I know where he is. I remember doing a quest for him on my warrior. I think he's like a traitor to the Horde, actually. Supposedly he was like trying to mess with Thrall. But yeah, he hangs out in this little thing. Yeah, this guy's a traitor. That's why he's into all this bad stuff. Listen closely to what you are told, and do not quickly trust or distrust, for even friends serve their own ends, Druid. Our great war chief knows this, and to prove that there are warlocks within the Horde who do not wish to destroy it from within or gain control over it. I have volunteered to aid our young leader in any way I can. He's lying. He's a liar, guys. A strange request. Yes, here's a shrunken head. Poor dwarf. I have been waiting for Uzuri to deliver this. Let me give you this herb mixture I prepared for his, well, experiments. Here are the herbs, Flight Carrier. Take them to Witch Doctor Uzuri. Please let him know that I am satisfied with the shrunken head. So it looks like we have to deliver these herbs. Herb pouch. These guys are both bad guys. This guy's getting... This is how you know he's a bad guy. He's getting heads delivered to him. He's one of those, like, Horde members that do not have any honor at all. Looks like we have to hand in the Zoocash report over here. It's nice that they show us this. Alright, so we gotta go up here. I like Orgrimmar. It's a cool city. It's not like Stormwind, though. Stormwind's aesthetics much better, in my opinion. Teach their own.
What you want?
These are dangerous times, Stort. An ancient evil is rising, and it cares not if you're Horde or Alliance. He knows. Greetings, friend. You look as though you are on urgent business. Is there something I can help you with? Camp Mahache Zoocash report. I've been expecting this. These are creatures you face. They are an ancient threat that the Horde continues to choose to ignore. Hadoken was wise to bring bring this and you to me. The Zoocash are nothing more than creatures called the Silithid. Some would think that they are a mindless nuisance, but let me assure you, they are a far, far worse threat than anything the Alliance could muster. If you're willing and strong enough, I could use your aid in bringing this threat to light. So we take the Ring of Subtlety, or do we take the Shoulders? I guess we'll probably never use the Ring of Subtlety. Think we'll use it? 4 mana per second ring? Probably not. So I'm just going to sell the Shoulders. We got 4,400 there.
Relax. Be seeing ya.
Well, looks like he knows about the Silithid, which is the guys we are going to be fighting when the gates of Encourage open. So I guess he'll be, he's one of the reasons that the Horde end up going to the gates of Encourage, I guess. I guess he brings it to light to Thrall. And then they go out and fight the insects, fight the Silithid. And then we all find out that they are being led by an old god named Cthulhu. Belgrim Rockmaw. The days grow long and still no end. The conflicts of these lands can be seen. It takes no spellcaster to know that much. Take up a blade while you can, Druid. War can come to our doors at any time, and if I'm not mistaken, you look to be one that revels in it. A grim discovery. Be quick, Druid. I have much to complete today. Creative Grim Totem Horns. A Grim Totem. This is interesting. You say you came across them while hunting in Feralis, truly. My peers will want to hear your news, Druid. Tell me more and I'll count out your coin while you do so. And before you go, I know that I give you thanks for the information you've passed on to me this day. So we can get the Battlehard Cape or the Jade Moon Orb. We're going to take the Battlehard Cape. I think that's better than the cape we got. Yeah, probably going to put that on. Yeah, we're putting that bad boy on. Betrayed. Betraying a thieving woman. That's what I call her. That's all she'll ever be. I may have made a grave mistake, Flake here. I trusted a blood elf. What's worse, I trusted a woman. She claimed Ashara would hold great riches, powerful items. I simply sent some warriors with her to protect her, and I would be rewarded. Well, look who's the fool. She slayed them all. I want vengeance, Flag Carrier, but I can't afford to send anyone else. Find Agtor at Valormok, north of the Haldar encampment. He'll tell you more. Deliver the sealed letter to Algor, to Agtor, Bloodfist, and Ashara. Well, looks like we're going out to Ashara eventually, guys. We have not been there yet. Maybe we will go there next. Kind of thinking about going we'll either go to Ashara or we'll head south to Tanaris. Because we haven't been to Tanaris yet and kind of want to get there. Check it out. Got a decent amount of XP. We've got around like almost 2-3 bars. So there we go, guys. We turned in all of our quests. We have a quest to actually go to Tanaris. We actually have to go to Feralus and turn this in. So maybe I'll go back to Feralus, turn that in, then go to Tanaris. We also have to go back to Booty Bay. We have a lot of quests, guys. We also have to go to Thousand Needles. Turn in some gray quests. We have a lot of turn-ins. So let's hit up the auction house here. And we'll take a peek. I think we're good on herbs, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're good on herbs. We got all the pots we need. So let's check out trinkets here. Miscellaneous. Trinkets. Actually, I want to check the rarity. Blazing Emblem. We don't need that. It's a fire resist trinket. I think we should go 40 and up, I guess. 40 to 60. Wow. Uther's strength has gone down in price, guys. Remember looking at that item like a couple weeks ago. It was like 90 gold. So Uther's strength is... it looks like the trinket we want is not there anymore. Just a shame. Should we take Uther's strength? Just for whatever. It's the 6 demon bag. Blast enemies in front of you with the power of wind, fire, and all that kind of thing. It's not bad. There's many other... Oops. Let's go back to armor again. Sucks that the... It's like a life... I think it was called the life-giving gem. It's not there anymore. Uther's strength is not bad, though. When struck in combat, has a chance to protect you with a shield. What do we take? Well, this one we can use. You know, it has an on-use effect. 69 gold, though. I think this one would be cooler than this one. I might buy the 6 demon bag. We're gonna get a trinket, guys. Why not? You know? Let's just get a trinket. We're getting the 6 demon bag. It's 69 gold. It could be a ripoff. You think it's a ripoff? There's 3 on the market. Maybe this is a good price for it. You know what? We got gold. We might as well spend it, guys. We're getting the 6 demon bag. We're going to give it a try. Maybe it does a lot of damage. It'll be cool. We'll use it in bear form. We're going to use it. Let's go. We got it. 6 demon bag. There we go. We got to put stuff on the auction house too, I think, don't we? Should we? We have a lot of stuff to sell. So here we go. We have the 6 demon bag. Some armor kits here. Stuff's kind of whatever. Maybe we'll just put this stuff back on the auction house. But let's put the 6 demon bag on. Going to equip it. And there we go. We have the 6 demon bag. Now I just have to, like, figure out where I want to, what button I want to use for it. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, first aid. We'll use it this... Okay, good. First aid will go here. We'll put the 6 demon bag here. And when we have a target, we can just... press that. We'll use it. And there we go. We have it. We have a hotkey for the 6 demon
What do
bag
you
now.
need?
We'll repair here. Now let's sell some stuff. I guess we'll get... Should we keep the Darktide Cape? I guess we'll keep it. We'll get rid of this. Anything else we want to get rid of? This Rugged Armored Kit never sells. So I think we'll just get rid of it. And... I don't think we have much else to get rid of. The Giant Egg never sold. Swift Thistle probably sell.
For the
We're
horde.
going to try to sell the Giant Egg again. We have a lot of herbs. Let's see how our bank is. I don't think we need to sell anything.
Blood and thunder.
Sucks that the life-giving gem wasn't there. Ooh. Our bags are getting full, guys. And we want to keep some of this stuff on us. We want to keep the sungrass. We want to keep the Khadgar's whiskers. And we want to keep the cold thorn. And we want to keep the wild steel bloom. Might buy some more wild steel bloom. Maybe we'll take more gold thorn. We'll take that with us. Put the sungrass back. We don't need any more sungrass. The wild vine will sell. Try to sell the wild vine. We're gonna put all this stuff in here. We actually might need the mage weave actually. I'll keep the mage weave just in case because we're kind of running out of rune cloth bandages. I might buy some rune cloth. We only have 15 gold though. Okay. Anything else I want to sell? The Swift Thistle I'll sell. I think we'll sell the Fade Leaf because I don't know. The Bruised Weed should I sell? The Life Fruit. We've been saving the Purple Lotus, so I'm going to put that in there. Keep that. We're going to keep the Strangle Kelp. Selling this stuff. This will be our sales bag. Gonna sell the Wild Vine. Darktide Cape we're keeping. Keeping all this stuff. Guess we'll keep the Mana Pot. Anything else we should sell? King's Blood. Guess we'll sell the King's Blood. I'm gonna sell, I guess we'll sell a couple Fade Leaf. You have a lot of that. Try to sell the Bruised Weed. You only have one Rune Cloth, which sucks. I'll look at the price of Rune Cloth. I wonder if Blind Weed's worth anything.
For the horde.
But yeah, you know, we're just doing the daily rounds. You know, so what you do. Orgrimmar is alive and well. Classic WoW is not dead yet, guys. So if you're thinking about playing, it's still alive on Fairlina. But I do know that supposedly you can't even make a character on Fairlina anymore. Supposedly they're full, and they don't allow people to make them anymore. And people are actually willing to purchase. People are willing to purchase them. So I think this will sell for sell this for $1.38. Put it up here, $1.25. That's cheap. Hopefully that sells. Let's see, it's Fade Leaf. But yeah, people are actually buying Fairlina accounts, which I think is kind of crazy. So Fade Leaf, 11 Fade Leaf. We'll put it up for 9 gold. See if it sells. Maybe 850. I just want to get rid of it. 850, yeah. Hopefully it sells. Swift Thistle. Usually this is expensive. It's $1.28 each. We'll throw it in for $1.26. Just to get rid of. Actually, no. We're going to throw it in for 3 or 2. Throw it in for 2.53. Or 2.40. There you go. Anything else we want to sell? Briar Thorn stuff's probably really cheap. No one ever buys this. I don't even know why I'm trying to sell. I'll try to sell for 2 silver. Yeah, it's crazy how people are trying to purchase accounts. I would never sell mine. Because I have too much linked to this account. What does it sell for? 944. This will sell for 942. Hopefully this stuff sells. We're actually selling 360 for a 20 sec. Sell ours for 355. Okay, one more, guys, and we're done. Wild vine. One wild vine is $1.22. Are you serious? One wild vine's it's like 90 silver a wild vine. So sell them for sell a bunch for 880. Hopefully it sells. So yeah, maybe we'll make some gold, guys. Sucks that the life-giving gem is not here. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to buy. Well, we already bought it. We already purchased a trinket. We're going for some offense, guys. Life-giving gem was more about defense, but we're gonna be pumping a little bit more damage because of the 6 demon bag. As long as I use it, just gotta remember to use it on cooldown or every 30 minutes. So there we go. We got the auction house done. Our bags are look okay. We have a couple of slots out. I think all the stuff we have is decent. I would take it with me. And we turned in all the quests. We got a decent amount of XP. Now I just need to decide where are we gonna go next. My guess is we'll most likely go back to Kamahache, turn that head thing back in, or give that guy his gems or herbs that he wants, and then we'll go to Freewind Post, turn in another couple of great quests, and then we'll make our way down to Tanaris and Gadgetstan. And that's the plan, guys. Well, that is the end of the episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.